Welcome to the Hilton Garden in Paris, La Villette. I'm probably butchering that with my horrible French. But we are here in Paris at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Tim just checked us in. Tim is absolutely lovely, nice guy with an English accent. So yes, it does appear that you can expect bilingual service here. He speaks both English and French, which is delightful for us Canadians coming to visit, whose, French from, high school and whatnot is not really solid. So anyways, we will give a tour of the room, and as is our tradition, we always start with the door because it's the first thing you see. So I'm just going to point out here that there is this eye hole. It's a little stiff, but that can actually be a good thing. So you can see if somebody's coming and knocking who it is, and you can also cover that up so that light source is eliminated when you're trying to sleep if you like a nice dark room. And so it's got the deadbolt here and a secondary locking mechanism on the door. Now, one thing that's interesting here is this. This, to me, if I'm interpreting these correctly, this is that you want turn down service, and this is leave me the hell alone. Assuming I'm getting that correct. And now, if you noticed, as I was trying to enter, I actually tried tapping the card, I think, on a light. So I think this is going to actually indicate a light on the outside of the room so that staff know whether to leave you the hell alone or to come make up the room, which is really cool. We've been seeing this in a couple of different properties, starting in LA. So I'm really excited to see this becoming normalized, because one thing that's been frustrating for us, particularly since the pandemic, is do not disturb signs have kind of been going away the way of the dodo in some properties. Hilton brands have been pretty good, others not so much. And so how do you let people know whether or not you want service? This is a fantastic way of doing it. They don't have to worry about keeping some grody card that's getting all mangled, and it's just great. I like it. So yeah, looks like there's an outlet there, and this looks like a light switch for the bathroom. We're going to take a look at the bathroom here, and here we are. So look at that rain shower head. That's fairly clean. Tiny bit of grime on it. Let me just feel that. Light texturing, that's fine. So this is lovely. And so, of course, we have this hair and body gel, and it's from a Parisian brand. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Looks like you got a portable shower head there that has a mirror on the back. How cool is that? One thing that I often do is I will shave in the shower so that my shavings go down there instead of all over the place. And so having sort of a mirror there would be great if I decide to, trim my beard or something in the shower. So we've got our controls here. This is kind of interesting. So it looks like you can select between two different modes. It looks like the rain shower head on the top and the handheld on the bottom. So you won't be using both simultaneously as an option. It doesn't seem, if that was what you were hoping for, but I don't think most people would do that. And then of course we have the temperature control on the far side, and we are in Europe, and so it is Celsius, it is metric, and as a Canadian, I appreciate that. That's the drain there, different kind of drain. And there's that little towel down there that's folded almost like a shirt or something, which is really a nice unnecessary touch that I it's nice. I like it. It shows that they take professionalism and care in their facility. So that's obviously the towel that you put on the floor so that you're not getting the floor all wet when you step out of the shower, and it protects the floor and keeps you from slipping and sliding. Although this is a pretty well textured floor that I'm seeing here. And so let's take a look here. We've got an interesting sort of little tissue dispenser here. I imagine that looks like Kleenex, whereas over here is the toilet paper. Look at that. It's almost like they put a seal on it. Sealed! That's kind of cool. Extra toilet paper. Looks like we've got a 2-button control here for the toilet, so presumably the big button is for the solid mass, and then this is for liquid waste, I would imagine. And just to give you a look at the toilet, I know that sometimes traveling in Europe there can be toilet culture shock. I experienced it more so in Italy and some other places, but so this is the toilet you can expect. So this is a Hilton property. One of the reasons I love staying in Hilton properties, particularly when I am overseas to the point of going to Europe, I like it because it is kind of designed to North American sensibilities. You're generally going to have somebody who speaks English at the front desk, and you're going to have familiar sorts of fixtures that you know how to use and won't have that particular culture shock, because it's great to experience a European culture, but sometimes you want a domicile or a refuge or a base camp you can return to and just kind of be yourself. And so Hiltons are fantastic for that. So it looks like we've got a good 6 towels down there. Looks like 3 full bodies, 3 hand towels, and we've got a couple more things here. So we've got liquid hand soap and body lotion, again from this Omnisens company in Paris. We're in Paris, so didn't have to travel far. And there's the sink, and you got that that mirror there. I wonder if those are light strips on the side. They might be. And so over here you've got standard European plug. And you've got a couple hooks here to hang things on, clothes, towels, what have you. All right, now let's keep moving on in. This is so lovely, look at this. The outside of this building is really kind of like, it's an older rustic style. And then you come in and the hallways and the entranceway is so modern, but it's got this rustic frame that is kind of built into it. And so I am absolutely loving this blend of modern and classic. And that is, I mean, that is kind of a French thing. That is a kind of a Parisian thing, I would like to think. So you've got this luggage rack here, and then you've got this here, which is protecting the wall, but it also looks almost like art on its own. And so that is so smart that it is doing both of those jobs simultaneously. That's kind of awesome. And so you've got a full length mirror here, just next to the bathroom. And let's head on into the room. So this is fantastic. We've got 3 people staying here, so they've made up the bed. And it was interesting because there was, according to Tim at the front desk, he didn't have the record that there were 3 of us, even though I know I entered it. And so he said that it didn't look like the bed had been made up from the couch. And so we said, no problem, we can do it ourselves. And I'm coming here to discover that no, in fact, it has been done. So their system was a little glitchy. There was a couple times where it surprised him and he had to fight with the system to get us properly checked in. But he had great grace and patience and explained everything along the way. And so that was fantastic. So let's take a look. Oh, this is a little different, but of course we're in Europe, and so you expect it to be a little different. We've got robes with slippers. Oh, I think somebody in my group is going to dig that. It's not me, but still, that's kind of cool. And over here we've got some hangers, laundry stuff. There is a safe, and under the safe, I don't know, a drawer. Okay, why not? That is a smooth glide on that drawer. Silly thing to care about, but I'm impressed. This is a nice kind of iron. I like the look of it, kind of dark gray, and then the ironing board there. So that's kind of cool. Let's close that up just so you can get a sense of the vibe. One thing I am noticing, which is interesting, are you seeing this? This is hopefully showing up because I'm filming in 4K, but we've got these hooks above all the lights. And I'm wondering, like, is this some sort of like earthquake protection thing or what? I don't know. That's interesting. Let me know in the comments, what do you think those sort of strings are? Let's check the lighting here. Ooh, that's a little reading light. I like that. How do you turn this hang? Oh, it's a straight up hanging light. Okay, so that is just a cord. Okay, so it's hanging. That's interesting. How do you activate it? I couldn't tell you. Yeah, that's just for the reading light. I don't know. Okay, so bedside power. Now, this is Hilton property, and Hilton properties generally have lots of power, but we are in Europe. We are in France and Paris, so you never know what to expect. So you have 1 European plug there and 2 USB. Now, USB is absolutely delightful because the U in USB stands for universal, which means you don't have to worry about converting power, much less the plug. So that is absolutely lovely. If you do plan on using a plug like this, and you do have North American stuff that you've brought with you, make sure you need to know whether you need an adapter, where all it does is it changes the prongs, or you need a converter, where it actually changes the voltage coming out of the wall. That's something that is important to know so you don't damage your electronics if you do decide to use that plug, if you've got like a laptop or something you want to charge. And so we have a video on the channel, check it out, where we detail exactly how that works, when you need it and when you don't. So, nice little welcome on this fairly large screen, and menu, cool, and yeah, maybe you can order room service there, I don't know. Over here, this looks like, I mean, I'm not a coffee guy, so I feel like this is maybe for not just regular coffee. Maybe it's for tea, maybe espresso. It doesn't look elaborate enough for espresso. I'm really showing my ignorance here. And oh, look, behind the TV, hidden behind the TV, let's see if we can get a shot of this. that's the thermostat. Is this TV on a swivel maybe? No, not really. It's wall mounted. Interesting. So, okay, a bit of a hidden thing there, but it does make for cleaner look, certainly, not having like a control panel on the wall. So, but it is kind of hidden, so that's not fantastic. And here we have this sleek little phone, which is nice. We are in room 125, in case you didn't catch the beginning of the video. Sometimes you use the chapters to jump ahead, and that's A-okay with us. Some safety information. There's the remote control for the TV. And a water fountain is available in the hallway to fill your jug. And because we are silver members, hopefully getting back to gold, we used to be platinum back in the day, we did get some free water bottles coming in, and they were sort of the North American kind of water bottle you're familiar with. And so they did mention that you can refill those in the hall. So that's kind of cool. And so we've got some very lovely glasses, a couple nice mugs, and some little pods there. And it looks like a kettle, which makes me wonder exactly what that is. Maybe you put the pods in there somewhere? I don't know, coffee people, let me know in the comments. You can make fun of my ignorance. I'm just not a coffee drinker. More lights I don't know how to turn on. Let's see, what do we have down here? We do have a mini fridge. Again, when you're traveling abroad, you got to keep your expectations fluid. And so you don't necessarily always get a little fridge like this. But so far, we've been pretty lucky, both in London and in Paris on this particular trip. Just those columns, watch your head, but isn't it beautiful? I think it is. All right, and on the other nightstand here, I know how to turn that light on at least. Made in France. Gotta appreciate it. And, oops. Okay, so this controls these lights here. And this controls sort of the room lights, the track lighting. So you can turn off the room lights from your bedside. That way you're not stumbling around in the dark after you turn out the lights. So that's a good thing. Little shelf there. Interesting. No USB power on this side. Press and hold for the light. Interesting. Okay. But not seeing... so there's two European plugs here. If you kind of bend down and look. But I'm not seeing any USB on this side. Which is funny because I normally stay as far from the window as possible. I'm kind of light sensitive and I like to sleep in. So I'm going to get the USB power, which is great because in the hotel we were at last night in London, there was no power on my side of the bed. So it's Ray's turn. So this was a couch and it has been turned into a bed for one of our people. And that's kind of fantastic. And they did give an extra robe and slippers for that. Extra pillow. One pillow per person. Not a whole lot. But they did say if there's anything else we need, we can always call down. And of course, you could probably make use of those pillows if need be. Now, we've got blackout curtains here, which is fantastic and essential for someone like myself who's light sensitive. And let's see what kind of a view, if I can let my people go. Here we go. Got a little excited there. Okay. So, hey, Parisians maybe? I mean, it's not the most amazing view, but I do kind of like sort of the green nature of it. So you're not staring at, I can't tell you how many hotels we stayed at where there was just like dumpsters or parking outside of our windows. So this is better than that. But, not exactly famous landmarks right out the window, but we're relatively close to a metro station. And the metro trains here are pretty good. The trains themselves are a little better than the London Underground, but navigating the system I find a little trickier. Could be the language barrier. So anyways, thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you found this useful at all. Would you stay here in Paris? We stayed one time at a Comfort Inn that was so cramped that I couldn't sit on the toilet without both of my shoulders up against a wall. And that was like one of the only claustrophobic attacks I've had in my life. And so this is so much a better option. In Paris, I mean, it is a little pricey, but in Paris, sometimes it's just worth so much. It's not that it costs so much, it's that it's worth so much. So it is a little pricey, but I think that when you are traveling abroad, it's important to have a base camp, a safe space, a comfort that you can return to at the end of each day so that you can properly enjoy each day. So I think it's fantastic so far. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got tons of tip videos and hotel tours and attractions and all sorts of things. If you need inspiration for your next trip or you want to save a few bucks the next time you travel so you can travel more, we believe more travel is better. So make sure you're sticking with us, turn those notifications on, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.